Now, with that said, we are now into the third song of the saga. I think this is a pretty short one. Yeah, it seems pretty short. So, yeah, we shall see the conversation between Telemachus and Athena. And yeah, I remember there are some details here that I am gonna want to talk about. But first, we'll go ahead and watch the animatic and talk about the visuals. Let's go. And again, Athena's motif. Hey, and Gigi's back. And now the helmet is also back on. Ah, and here's her version of their version of Telemachus. Hey, all of the drawings on the wall. Maybe fine. I help another soul. Athena's voice is so good. Athena. I don't know who your friend is. I don't know what he's like, but my time with you has been splendid. The best day of my life. Yeah, and you hear his instrument come back. The smiley face in the lyrics. Hey, the 360 again. Look at Athena being like a proud mom. You're a good kid. Thanks. Did she give a high five? I need to see that. You're a good kid. No, that is sweet. Yeah, something that I really enjoy in Epic is just how much more human the gods seem, which just makes them a lot more relatable and likable for us, or at least for me. And yeah, I'm actually quite happy to see that they're not so like very super prideful and very haughty and looking down on humans like probably a lot of gods would. Like, I would assume that many of the gods kind of view humans not too differently from the way that Zeus does, as we have seen. Like, he kind of looks down on them. He doesn't necessarily. I don't think any of the gods really necessarily actively get in the way of the humans, like actively sabotaging them. They only come down to punish them whenever they do something wrong and stuff like that. But otherwise, they come along more as like a guide to the Greeks. But yeah, I'm really enjoying in this version that at the very least Athena, and then we have also seen Circe showing a lot of grace and adopting a lot of our modern day views of like forgiveness and giving second chances and stuff like that. And then you also see Athena being so nice and so human-like, really, in terms of a character at least. So yeah, I actually really like that. And then we have the visual here of Athena and Odysseus' last interaction. back on the ship right after they got out of Polyphemus's cave. Bye goodbye. And then the whole owl spirit thing here, it's really, I like that throughout this whole animatic, the owl seems to take quite a liking to Telemachus, which is also a very visual representation of how Athena opens up to him. So yeah, and then there was the drawings on the wall. We have... Who is this? That's not Medusa, right? We have Minotaur. This is the Hydra that Telemachus was singing about in Legendary. I assume this is more of the sirens. And then a family portrait here. Yeah. And... oh no, it is Medusa. Interesting. But yeah, again, Athena has been around with Odysseus for a very long time. She basically watched him grow up. So again, this sort of connection between them and making Athena feel bad for leaving, and also the guilt making her unable to go back again. I really like that actually. And then the way that I believe this would be Telemachus's room, it seems so much more minimalistic here compared to Duvet's drawings. And then there's also the harp, which we saw in Gigi's version, back in Just a Man, where there was this one shot of the grown-up Telemachus with Penelope. He was also playing this harp thing. So that's a nice callback. And the 360 that Gigi is known for. And again, the owl just happily sitting on his shoulder and all. I like that. And Athena smiling. She was really like a proud mom. And then even falling off the balcony here. Ah! Athena is fucking massive though. Yeah, now everything is so bright. He's really like a total sunshine here. And the high five! That's so cute. I like it a lot. Then also just Athena looking like a proud mom here. Just in general, I guess. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. That is awesome. I like this a lot.
You're a good kid. Thanks.
Yeah, and the sparkles. The sparkles around Telemachus. This is actually very precious. I like it a lot. Now, on to the music. Let's go. And again, the motif immediately. Can I figure out the notes now? Maybe. Sorry, I forgot to pause. Where have you heard that before? back in Warrior of the Mind, when I have mentioned before how Athena initially sings it, Warrior of the Mind. She holds out the note. And then Odysseus comes in with the riff, Mind.
We are the warriors of the mind.
And then Athena follows Odysseus' riff.
We are the warriors of the mind.
But you see, now that when she is recalling their last interaction in My Goodbye, remember how at the very end she actually reverts back to the way she sings that same melodic line. In the first goodbye that she says is my goodbye. But then in her final goodbye, she goes, my goodbye. But now, when she's thinking about Odysseus, we grew apart. See? She has gone back to using Odysseus' riff.
And so I thought maybe
If I made a different call.
if I hadn't missed it all,
And her motif is still playing in the background after so long. Her motif is still playing in the background, but in a different range, and I believe a different set of notes. Because the thing with motifs, right, it's not that it necessarily has to be the exact notes. It just needs the same intervals and the same rhythm, roughly. So it could be what was it? And then it could be in a whole different key. Yeah. So the first one we started with a B, no, with an E. But in the second one we started with a B. It's in a different key, but we still recognize it as Athena's motif. So it was very interesting for me to notice that the motif has been playing this entire fucking song, so far at least. And then here now it changes.
and so I thought if I hadn't missed it all, maybe he'd be fine.
Yeah, here it's a bit more prominent.
We'd unwind.
And again, she's still going,
If I help another soul, maybe if
I help you reach your goal.
life could be that
I
could sleep at night.
And yeah, you hear the torment in her lyrics also.
Athena, I don't know who your friend is. I don't know what it
And then now you get sort of like a cajon, which is a lot lighter for in terms of percussion, and then also Telemachus' instrument coming in.
Athena, I don't know who your friend is. I don't know what he's like, but my time with you has been splendid. The best day of my life, cause I got in a fight and I didn't die. I've never felt strong before.
And I don't know if you guys managed to hear that, but in the background with Telemachus' instrument, it was playing the Warrior of the Mind riff.
My life, cause I got in a fight and I didn't
Da,
die.
da, 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 da.
My friend, I couldn't ask for more. And so I think maybe
So yeah, that was really cool.
Life wasn't spent as planned.
Da, da, da.
I don't think you
Why?
not his friend
Now,
and mine.
now, Telemachus is adding his own riff over here. So initially it was mine. Now Telemachus sings. Let me listen to it again.
I don't think you mind.
Yeah, that was very similar. It was initially I, now it's mine. It's slight difference, but Telemachus is making it his own. And then now in the second time,
Not his friend and
mine, he changes it, and now Athena takes on his Telemachus's influence.
baby. To find
Just to learn one way, maybe,
it's all gonna turn out.
and here
I know
we'll
we'll
be fine,
know it's like
fine.
You're a good kid.
I guess Athena doesn't follow that riff here, but Telemachus does take Odysseus's riff and then kind of makes it his own, and it sort of inserts himself into the influence that is going on in Athena. So that was a really really nice little detail that I wanted to point out.
You're a good kid.
And legendary. So yeah, that was a really nice song, I think, because in the whole of the Legendary Saga, right, I don't have a single one in my like songs, but now that I'm really paying attention, like really really paying attention, I might actually add Will Be Fine into that list. So I'm quite happy about that. But yeah, that is the end of Will Be Fine.